Good morning, Hope City. I'm Eric here with another daily Devo for you guys. This last Sunday, we went over Genesis chapter 36. It's a pretty intense chapter. A lot of names in here, a lot of pronunciations that I'm not even going to begin to even attempt. But so I'm going to stick with verses 6 through 8. Where I see something really interesting happen here is if you really look at it, you see a answer to God's promises, a fulfillment of some of the promises that God has given. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look. In verse 6, it says, Esau took his wives, sons, daughters, and all the peoples of his household, as well as his herds, all his livestock, all the property he had acquired in Canaan. He went to the land away from his brother Jacob, for their possessions were too many for them to live together, and because of their herds, the land where they stayed could not support them. So Esau, that is Edom, lived in the mountains of Seir. Why I think that I see God's promise, the fulfillment of promises, is God told Abraham that he was going to be the father of many nations. He also said that I'm going to give you the promise, I'm going to send people to the promised land. This is my promised land that I'm promising for you guys. And he's talking about Canaan. So they're living in Canaan right now. But the blessing that God has given them has caused each of these brothers to multiply their herds, their families. They have all of these things, so much so that the land can't support everything that they had, every blessing that God has poured out on them. So God gives Esau the opportunity to move out of Canaan, and he moves south to the mountain of Seir, which then becomes Edom, becomes the kingdom of Edom, or the land of Edom down south, where the Edomites come from. And where I say that God is doing the promises is because of these blessings. He said to Abraham, you're going to be the father of many nations. This whole book, all of these names, these are all of the different nations, chiefs that come from the Edomite area. How many times God has blessed both families, including Jacob. We know that Jacob has 12 sons, and all of these things, these blessings upon blessings upon blessings that God is pouring out. And you just see the fulfillment of those promises happening just as this started this. Right as Esau is phasing out of the book here, this is about the last time we see him. We just get to see this snapshot of God's goodness and grace and abundance of blessing, even on this situation here where Esau now has his own area and they become many nations with chiefs and kings and all those things. So something cool that I got out of it this week. I just hope you guys got something too. We'll see you next time.